NPC, an educator at ClearIAS. Are you all ready for the challenge? Here are your prelims questions.
Question number 1. Green Grid Initiative is launched by option A, India and US, option B, India and UK, option C, Conference of Parties 25, and option D, India and Germany. Question number 2. With reference to Green Grid Initiative or One Sun, One World, One Grid, consider the following statements. 1. It aims to build global consensus about sharing solar resources. 2. It is launched by Minister of Power and New and Renewable Energy. Which of the statements given above is correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2.
If you know the answers, comment it now. Don't worry if you do not. I'll be helping you out. Now, see today's mains questions.
Question number 1. Explain the purpose of the Green Grid Initiative launched at World Leaders Summit of the 26th Conference of Parties UN Climate Change Conference in Glasgow in November 2021. When was this idea first floated in the International Solar Alliance? Question number 2. What is Green Grid or One Sun, One World, One Grid initiative? What is the significance and challenges of this initiative?
These questions are related to Green Grid Initiative. This topic comes under
Paper 3 of the UPSC main syllabus, that is General Studies 2. Under it, Government Policies and Interventions for Development in Various Sectors and Issues Arising Out of Their Design and Implementation. It also comes under Paper 4, that is General Studies 3. Under it, Infrastructure Energy.
We know that the world needs a lot of energy to drive the economy. At present, most of the energy used by us is obtained by burning of fossil fuels, which causes pollution, contributes to global warming and is also not sustainable. In this context, solar energy can be a potential alternative to traditional energy sources. It has several advantages.
It's a renewable source of energy. There is an ample amount of energy available on Earth as long as the sun exists. Solar energy is freely available and can be tracked easily. It is considered to be the cleanest form of energy as there is no emission of carbon dioxide, like in case of fossil fuels, which is one of the causes of global warming. Also, solar energy is considered to be a reliable source of energy.
At the same time, solar energy has many disadvantages too.
It is not available at night. The production of solar energy is low during winters and on cloudy days.
Now let's see, what is Green Grid Initiative One Sun, One World, One Grid?
It is launched by India and the United Kingdom at 26th Conference of Parties of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change at Glasgow in November 2021. It's an ambitious plan for the world's first transnational networks for supplying solar power across the globe. It's a part of International Solar Alliance. The vision behind OSOWOG is the sun never sets and is a constant at some geographical location globally at any given point of time. It has been taken up under the Technical Assistance Program of the World Bank, and therefore, the Green Grid Initiative is to take financial assistance from the World Bank. It brings together the International Solar Alliance and the United Kingdom's Green Grid Initiative and complement India's focus on harnessing the solar energy. It will be set up over the next few years by the International Solar Alliance. Next is its background. The idea for the single global grid for solar was first outlined at the first assembly of International Solar Alliance in 2018 itself by the Indian Prime Minister to initiate a collaborative effort to minimize cost, maximize efficiency and attract investments to build a global green grid. Envision a sustainable and impactful change to lift millions out from poverty through green energy. Now let's know, how does it work? A ministerial steering group will work towards accelerating the making of large solar power stations and wind farms in the best locations linked together by continental scale grids crossing national borders. The ministerial steering group includes France, India, the UK and the US, and also representatives from Africa, the Gulf, Latin America and Southeast Asia. It includes smart grids connecting millions of solar panels and charging points for electric vehicles and microgrids for rural communities and to ensure resilience during extreme weather events. It aims to promote cross-border flow of green energy through an exclusive network of larger generators decentralized energy systems, storage and transmission and distribution systems. OSOWOG envisions building and scaling inter-regional energy grids to share solar energy across the globe, leveraging the differences in time zones, seasons, resources, and the prices between countries and regions. It also aims to bring together the financial organizations, international coalition of national governments, and power system operators. It will accelerate construction of new infrastructure that are required to deliver affordable, reliable, and secure power. This will accelerate the construction of electricity interconnectors, charging points, and flexible grids. OSOWOG divides the solar spectrum into two broad zones, Far East and Far West. India is placed in the middle. The Far East grid passes through countries such as Vietnam, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, and Cambodia. The Far West grid passes through the African region and the Middle East countries. The initiative is to be implemented in 3 phases. Under the first phase, the interconnectivity within Asian continent is to be established. In the first phase, the Indian grid will interconnect with the Middle East, South Asia and Southeast Asia grids to share solar and other renewable energy resources for meeting electricity needs, including during peak demand. In the second phase, it will be interconnected with the African power pools. The third phase would cover the global interconnection of the power transmission grid to achieve the OSOWOG's vision. Next is other examples of grids. Regional grids are not a new idea. China's GATECO aims to link Asia, Europe, and Africa through an intercontinental grid by 2035. The Nord Pool, which is already functional, connects Scandinavian countries. But OSOWOG will be the first attempt at creating a global solar energy network. Next is purposes or advantages of Green Grid OSOWOG. 1. It addresses the issue of reliability of supply from solar power plants which do not generate electricity after the sun has set. 2. A transitional grid would allow countries to source of solar power from regions where it is daytime to meet their green energy needs even when their own installed solar capacity is not generating energy. 3. One worldwide grid allows access of clean energy at all places. 4. This will help to speed up the process to decarbonize energy production, which is the largest source of greenhouse gas emissions. 5. Ultimately, it will help in reducing the reliance on non-renewable energy such as coal by enabling the purchase of affordable solar power from other countries. 6. To transport solar power to different countries by creating a 3-phase 2600 gigawatt of interconnection by connecting Asia, Africa and rest of the world by 2050. This helps to attract investments. It will address the issue of high cost of energy storage. It can be a possible solution for driving down the need for storage, which in effect will reduce the cost of energy transition. 10. It reduces project cost, other efficiencies, and increased asset utilization for all the participating entities. Resulting economic benefits would positively impact poverty alleviation and support in mitigating water, sanitation, food, and other socio-economic challenges. Now let's enumerate the benefits specifically for India. First of all, it helps to achieve the goal of electricity for all. India would generate 40% of power from non-fossil fuels by 2030 and has called for connecting solar energy supply across borders, giving the mantra of One World, One Sun, One Grid. Thus, it helps India to achieve its intended nationally determined contributions under UNFCCC. 4. It allows national renewable energy management centers in India to grow to regional and global management centers. It strengthens the alliance of Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. It enhances the International Solar Alliance Partnership, which is led by India. It also gives opportunity for India to take a lead in evolving global strategies. Besides these advantages, there are a lot of challenges or issues with the Green Grid Initiative or OSOWOG project. 1. Geopolitical implications. Any disruption caused due to bilateral or multilateral issues can potentially affect critical services in multiple continents and countries. Hence, not many countries may be willing to participate. 2. The transmission of power across vast distance would require large capital investment to set up long transmission lines. Experts have pointed out that transmission across great distances can potentially be very expensive. Thus, it may turn out to be an expensive, complex, and very slow progress project. There is a difference in voltage, frequency, and specifications of the grid in most regions. Hence, maintaining grid stability with just renewable generation would be technically difficult. In India, the solar energy developers deal with different state governments and therefore different laws and regulations. While implementing the initiative within a country faces such diverse laws and regulations, implementing it internationally is certainly a challenge. Non-existence of grid-level network for green power in India is also a problem. India currently has only localized transmission lines to carry renewable power from generation centers. As the grid will pass through several geographical locations, it will be sensitive to the security risk emanating from terror organizations. This project may face issues due to protectionism, trade wars, and a shift from multilateralism to bilateral and regional agreements. Coming to way forward, institutional financing, both from philanthropists and multilateral agencies, can be crucial for meeting the heavy financial requirement for this project. The issue of intermittent nature of solar power can be addressed by building battery storage infrastructure. Next is about One Sun Declaration. The announcement of OSOWOG was accompanied by the One Sun Declaration. It stated that realizing the vision of One Sun, One World, One Grid through interconnected green grids can be transformational, enabling all of us to meet the targets of the Paris Agreement to prevent dangerous climate change, to accelerate the clean energy transition, and to achieve the UN Sustainable Development Goals. This declaration has been endorsed by 80 International Solar Alliance members. Now, conclusion. The OSOWOG can be considered as the key to future renewable-based energy systems globally. It allows grabbing opportunities to learn quickly from global developments and share renewable energy resources to reduce the global carbon footprint and insulate the societies from pandemics.
So, we have discussed in detail about the Green Grid Initiative OSOWOG. See the questions once again.
Question number 1. Green Grid Initiative is launched by option A, India and US, option B, India and UK, option C, Conference of Parties 25, and option D, India and Germany. Question number 2. With reference to Green Grid Initiative or One Sun, One World, One Grid, consider the following statements. 1. It aims to build global consensus about sharing solar resources. 2. It is launched by Minister of Power and New and Renewable Energy. Which of the statements given above is correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. Question number 1. Explain the purpose of the Green Grid Initiative launched at World Leaders Summit of the 26th Conference of Parties UN Climate Change Conference in Glasgow in November 2021. When was this idea first floated in the International Solar Alliance? Question number 2. What is Green Grid or One Sun, One World, One Grid initiative? What is the significance and challenges of this initiative?
I am sure that every one of you are able to answer these questions now. If you like this video, comment, subscribe our channel and support us. Thank you.